What's going on, guys? Welcome to Victims and Villains. If you guys are new to our content, we create content like what you're watching right now, simply to educate and engage individuals like yourselves on mental health awareness and suicide prevention through pop culture. My name is Captain Nostalgia. I am a writer, podcaster, and the director of our film festival called Horrific Hope, the only festival that is horror-centric and mental health focused. If you would like to submit your nightmares to this year's festival, links are in the descriptions, along with our links to our social media, podcast, official website, movie reviews, how to support us financially, and most important of all, our mental health resource library. Just like Vengeance, I'm a little bit out of my element here. I'm not in studio, as you can see. I'm actually recording from an undisclosed location. Woo-hoo. And I'm here to talk about Marcel the Shell with shoes on today. And normally this isn't the type of content we do, and we typically don't do family content here. However, I was really curious about this movie because I've heard so much hype and so much praise about this being a 5-star film, one of the best of the year, etc., etc. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is a mockumentary that tells the story of an aspiring filmmaker that, after going through a separation, checks into an Airbnb where he finds a couple of unique characters that are animated but also personified shells, and kind of just documents a central character named Marcel and his quest to find his family. I'd say for me, this movie feels a little bit overhyped, and every once in a while the hype is real. I think of all the glory Parasite was getting a few years ago, and sitting down in the theater to watch that for the first time, just being blown away. Likewise, I also remember hearing the same thing about Everything Everywhere All at Once, and it's now one of my favorite movies of the year. It is the definitive multiverse movie for me that I recommend. It is the standard that I hold all other multiverse movies to, and I was kind of expecting the same one for this one. They say don't meet your heroes, and maybe I should just kind of come into movies with like lower expectations or just not know anything about this one. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, I honestly didn't know anything about this particular movie. I had no idea what it was about. I knew that Marcel was like an internet phenomenon either a year or so ago, and that was pretty much my introduction. And this movie, I will say, this movie I feel like works better in the medium of YouTube. It doesn't quite hit the mark of what a full-length movie should be. Honestly, and I'm probably going to get a lot of crap for this in the comments, I was really bored with this movie after 20 minutes. And the movie kind of felt like it lacks direction for like the first act of the movie, and then Marcel kind of becomes this viral sensation, and then this viral sensation kind of erupts into, all right, we're going to use this newfound fame to find my family and kind of scratch the itch that I long for when it comes to community. I will say that once the film finds its direction, it no longer feels like it's just kind of going around in the dark and just kind of giving you random shots of what Marcel does throughout the day. Don't get me wrong, this movie is funny, is charming, and it is really a great idea. I think it's very wholesome, and it's one of probably the most wholesome movies I've ever seen. I just feel like this movie is alright. Like, there's nothing special about it. In the problem with internet fads becoming films or other media-based products is that they're often forgettable in the long run. So after leaving the theater, I felt the same way about this movie. I felt like it just kind of was cute and charming. It was a good hour and so escape, and that was it. The pacing of this movie is fine. It's nothing special. It's nothing that breaks down anything new. Jenny Slate as Marcel is, again, it's fine. All in all, what I feel about this movie, from its pacing, its visual effects, I will say are top-notch. Probably the best thing this movie has to offer. But outside of the visual effects and the animation style of this movie, I just kind of find a lot of the character journeys and a lot of the acting and the pacing. There are movies that have done this same exact narrative way better and have been way funnier. I'm going to go ahead and give Marcel the Shell with Shoes On a 2.5 out of 5. Like I said, this movie is fine. It's nothing special. It's kind of largely forgettable. But if you guys have seen this movie, what did you guys think about it? Make sure that you guys comment below and let me know. And now let's talk about mental health. If you guys are new to our content, Mental Health Moment is where we take a theme of mental health and we talk about it for a few minutes from the movie of which we're reviewing in hopes to deconstruct the stigma surrounding mental health. And there's a point in here where Marcel and the documentarian's videos go viral. And they use this newfound fame, as I said, to find Marcel's family. And instead of getting a response of, oh, hey, like, we're gonna bear together and go out and find this thing, what they're ultimately left with is, well, there's a point in the movie where she says, this isn't a community, this is an audience. It speaks so profoundly to so much of what we know now, because everyone, as it says in Vengeance, if you are living, everyone wants to have a voice, and we're living in a culture now where it is, if you're not on social media, if you're not a creator, then you really don't have a voice. Another reminder to go see Vengeance. It struck me so profoundly because even if we are creators, even if we do interact with audiences, those audiences are, at the end of the day, they're audiences. They're looking for something and someone to entertain them, to make them laugh or make them cry. They're not necessarily looking for friendship and community, because community is people that are going to get down and are genuinely going to do life with you. They're going to get down in the dirt with you. They're going to laugh with you. They're going to cry with you. They're going to walk through with you all of the headaches and the hurdles that life gives you. And when we're generally talking about mental health and the value of community in mental health, we need an actual community and not an audience, not someone that's going to just watch us and be entertained by us or be casual acquaintances, but someone that's actually going to come alongside of us the way that the documentarian comes alongside Marcel and helps them find the family and helps reconnect him with his community. And I feel like that's what we need more than anything, is if you want to have your mental health be successful, you have to be part of this vital community. And so, as always, if you or someone you know is watching this and you're struggling with suicide, addiction, self-harm, or depression, click the links in the descriptions below, because you are not alone, and there are plenty of resources and plenty of people out there that truly do care for you. Did you guys hit that subscribe button? And Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is now playing in theaters from A24. Have a great weekend, guys.